Alright, thanks guys for showing up. A bit of a surprise session, but you know, that's alright. We can work with this. This over here, I guess.
Surprise.
Whatever. It'll look hideous. Doesn't matter.
Now, how are we going to get to the events that we're planning? 'Cause I
Well,
have no clue.
so if I recall correctly,
Vesper's house.
we more or less concluded. I believe it was at House Snowdawn, or the two. No, the two of you went back to Vesper's house, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
Sleep.
That's step one.
And we'll go ahead and pick up there. I believe. Yep, we'll go ahead and pick up in Vesper's basement. The two of you have teleported in.
Oh crap! We didn't bring along Vesper.
Well, you didn't mention that part, now did you?
Wait, I thought Vesper.
No.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Oh, right. Okay.
Well, he's at work at the moment, so we couldn't
Yeah.
bring him in if we
Yeah.
wanted to.
He's out on his own solo session where he's grocery shopping and picking up a few scrolls. I told you this.
That said, expand this a little bit, zoom out a little bit. But yes, you two are in the basement of Vesper's house.
So, Dandy would probably immediately go check on the slave.
As you head upstairs, you notice that the common room appears to be empty at the moment. There's a small note on the table.
Oh no, where did Vesper put the bodies?
In the vent.
He was like, I can't talk to people, so I just decided to make it quiet again.
What does the note say?
The note appears to be addressed to you, simply stating that while you were gone, he decided to take them into town, and that he'll be back later.
Okay.
He also asked you to clean up after yourself, aka them.
Oh. Oh, Vesper.
To be fair, the common room is a little bit of a mess at the moment.
Exercise is
He-
good
he
for
gets-
romance.
He gets started on that.
Corvine, what are you doing aside from just chilling in the basement?
Of course, I walked upstairs. Who wants
Marvelous.
to stay in a basement?
Well, who knows? I mean, sometimes
I-
basements are pretty cool, but
Just don't open the secret door.
Okay, I searched for the secret door.
Okay. You
Well-
don't find it.
upon getting upstairs, you. You probably followed Dandy up, so you're probably well familiar with exactly what happened. So Dandy is set about cleaning the common room.
Do you need help?
Would be appreciated.
And she gets to it.
Well,
In her half-dead state.
thankfully your unexpected guests weren't too messy, but some of them probably needed a shower or two, or I guess a bath. But relatively short order, maybe about an hour or so. Things are nice and clean yet again.
It's quiet. Well, I know there doesn't seem to be any anxiety going on. It's nice. It's a little refreshing considering the last couple days, right? Eh?
Yes. It is nice to finally have a moment to relax.
I don't know. What do you usually do when you have nothing to do?
Read.
I mean, I like reading and all, but I am.
Sorry, I cut out. After I said read.
What
We'll have
did you
to
say?
read that.
You
Not-
say any more?
I didn't say anything more, but I didn't hear anything.
Oh. Dandy was simply
mean,
beginning
read-
his response. Continue.
I mean, reading is fine. You know, I do. I'm not really one who reads a lot of stories, to be frank.
That's too bad. It's actually enjoyable.
I've read a few. Don't get me wrong, but you know, it's either I'm reading books on how to do things or I'm doing the things. You know,
I
it's
see.
generally how I mean, I wouldn't say I don't have time to read those kinds of books. It's just not the way I want to use that time. You know.
I understand. I haven't had as much time to read since I've left.
And then there was pleasant silence.
I'm sure that excuse me. I'm sure that Vesper has a nice book around here somewhere. Spend a bit of time reading for now.
Okay. I forget. Have we even slept yet?
No, not since the night's activities.
And the day's activities?
Indeed. It's been well over 24 hours since you've slept.
Yeah. I actually... I think I want a bed right now.
Let's see.
Yeah, fairness. Even Dandy, being the hardy sheep he is probably feeling the twinges of fatigue.
What? Yeah, you're probably right. He says, "Yep. Yeah, I get what you mean. Might be the time to go to sleep a bit."
Okay.
And so I presume the two of you head off to sleep then.
Yeah, I escort Coravine to the couch. Or the guest bed.
Oh no, the couch! Not the couch!
Not the couch!
That's where bad things get banished.
Do you guys
That's where
have a
bad
guest room?
sheep
I
do.
don't think you do.
I don't know. Is it?
I mean, all the jokes aside, I'm pretty sure it's probably just, a fairly simple building after all said and done.
Oh, alright. I think it was mentioned when you weren't here, though.
Yeah, that there was a
On
guest
the,
room.
Yeah.
Oh, during the
A single
DM list
guest room.
session?
Yes.
Yeah.
In that case, yes.
But Corvine does not become the little spoon tonight.
She doesn't want to.
She'll be the big spoon to the one ice sprite that stayed behind, or Snowflake. Maybe she.
Hugs.
I have a feeling that sort of relationship doesn't really exist between ice sprites and reindeer, but let's not address that question, shall we?
That's a
Yeah, we have
question
another.
right now.
Yes, let's.
So, Like I said, so then, Corbin, you're sleeping in the guest bedroom, I presume.
We should probably, when we wake
Okay.
up, we should cut to them hanging out somewhere else, so we don't have to justify. So
Oh no, don't
Okay.
worry.
Vesper is out of the picture.
Don't worry, don't
Sure.
worry. I got something in mind.
Oh,
Alright,
well,
well,
no, Vesper is kidnapped.
uh, no, not quite. So,
Well, that's what's kidnapped. Let's go say that.
so as you head off the bed, Dandy, I presume you use your actual bed?
Yep.
Alright. Well, suffice to say, you feel awfully lonely, without
It's
Vesper
true.
there. And then you just,
It's true.
as you're drifting off to sleep, and, as one's thoughts drift about you, something about, poor Corvine sitting there, all alone in her bed, and man, she sure seems lonely. Doesn't really seem to have any friends or anyone to cuddle with at night, and sure is a shame. Oh, she had.
I have a feeling you're putting thoughts inside my head.
Maybe.
Hmm.
Now,
No
granted,
thoughts at
these are
all.
the crazy ideas of someone drifting off to sleep. Maybe there's just simply nothing more than that.
Well, I mean, they are also Dandy's crazy ideas.
Oh,
So.
oh no, it turns out that it's not the DM. It's secretly there's this character who puts thoughts in people's head as they're falling asleep.
hey,
It's the
hey,
moon deer. Oh no!
hey, that's a different campaign. Thank you.
That's it.
But yes, the morning rolls around. Well, actually, probably at this point, the evening rolls around. I suspect you guys slept through much of the day. And you wake feeling relatively refreshed. Although, admittedly, a fair bit hungry. And go right ahead.
I get up. I get the food. I think about making food for Corvine, but don't know what to do.
Well, as you head down into the kitchen preparation area, whatever you make your food, you come to realize that you've hit that horrible situation. We have a whole bunch of ingredients, but not much to make them with.
You lagged out.
You realize that you and Vesper have hit that horrible wall where you open the pantry, there's a whole bunch of ingredients there, but not anything to be a course. AKA, it appears you're more or less out of food.
It's like I have to cook
I mean,
because
unless you want to eat seasoning and spices.
oh. I'll check up on Corvine. Perhaps we'll eat out. I'll plan about it. Anyway,
Well, we'll say that you probably woke up a little before Corvine did, so as you check in, it appears she's near waking up.
Corvine, you like?
Yes.
There doesn't seem to be anything really to make here, so I think we're probably going to go out to eat for breakfast. Or wait, it's not even breakfast. Ah, my sleep schedule's so messed up now.
How am I gonna go out to eat?
Are you hungry?
Yeah, but I can't.
You're right. You ate that fish that I got you, right?
She nods.
perhaps we'll go fishing and maybe we'll get something. I'll get something out and we can talk over something. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I do have this gourd that I bought.
This what?
The
Gourd.
gourd.
Oh yes, the gourd. I just never forget the gourds.
You. That's gonna be the running joke.
Gourds and wooden daggers.
Yes.
Let us never forget.
Mm.
So then I presume you guys are heading to the market?
Yeah.
Or I should say the river?
Yeah. Let's go. Is she okay with this?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Well, heading back to town, the best place to go fishing is at the waterfront or the docks. Either or works fine. Which would you guys prefer to head to? As a side note, the waterfront along Rain tends to be slightly rougher. So the best places to go fishing are either at the edges of town or maybe a dock.
Whatever has less people around.
Then we'll go ahead and say the northwest edge of town then.
Okay. We can get there quickly with the magic of magic.
Well, you can get into town just fine. It's a bit of a hike across town to get there, but by the time you get there, we'll say it's basically nightfall. There might be a few minutes of sunlight left, but it's pretty close to it. But you do find a quiet spot where there aren't many ungulates around.
Alright. Who is around?
Oh, just a few people that live near the area, sort of just hanging out, staring out over the water. But they're a decent distance away, and they're probably going to head in fairly soon. Again, it is nearly dark.
I see. So,
After you.
I cast out my line. As I cast out my line. So, Corvine, why did you leave? All that time ago.
Why did I leave my house?
Yeah, you said you traveled around for a bit, right?
Yes. I wanted to find out more.
About I touched the spot where the wings would be under the cloak.
She nods. I thought if I could find something else, with something out, maybe I would know better about what I am and maybe even be able to help.
I get you mean. You know, maybe we're not so different. Back when I was young, I was a troublemaker. But I was just obsessed with, well, weapons and violence and all that. I didn't get why other crap, what are they called? The tiny chap. What are they called?
I just called them sheep. I don't know.
Lambs, I think?
Lambs.
Yeah, lambs.
Okay.
Yeah, lamb appears to be.
Yes,
That's what you meant. Okay.
Yeah, I'm. No, all the other lambs are, well, not a lot of people could take it, you know? And I didn't really understand that at the time.
That's sad, actually.
That's kind of why I left. I wanted, that's why I tried to pursue, arena fighting, so I would have a place, find people like me who were, you know, who were passionate about this sort of thing.
I see. That's good.
Are you planning on seeing your family again soon?
That's why I'm in rain, but I haven't had the time to actually go through with that.
I see. Oh. Holy crap, the sprite aliasing looks like I have makes Danny look like he has red eyes and like a realistic face.
uh,
Poor
Well.
sprite aliasing.
Such is life. But anyways, carry on.
Anyway. You know, I just had a weird thought. And a screenshot, but hey. You know, I was just thinking, are you... It's a weird question, I know, but are you lonely? Like,
She nods.
I don't know, like, how do I put this? I mean, now that I say it out loud, it seems really rude to ask, but
It's fine. I kind of am. I know I shouldn't be. I have you guys, my friends, but something still feels missing.
I see. Maybe I could try to find you a date. You know, a date or something.
A date? But could that even work out?
That is a good point. I mean, you're actually, huh. He's just like thinking to himself now. Just like gauging. You can tell he's gauging an idea, you know, risk versus reward of it. You're a. Okay, this is. I shouldn't get ahead of myself. This is a really awkward question to ask, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but what are you into?
What?
You know, what are you into? Are you into black stoves? What?
Um, she sinks into her hook of it. I'm not sure I should answer that.
Something can. Well, that's kind of the first step, right?
But I don't know.
Look, look, look. I'm the last person to judge whoever you say, whatever you say. So don't worry about it.
It's I, it's just complicated.
I get it.
I'm
Hmm.
still a winter blood, and I need an heir.
Well, you can do that with anyone.
What do you mean with anyone?
You, are you not aware that you can just, like, no matter who you like, you could just polymorph and then suddenly problems are solved, right?
No, I wasn't aware of this.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't tell anyone. But that is kind of what I want to do with Vesper, at some point. I haven't brought this up to him, of course, but
She nods. Well, then does.
he does give a little. He, just, you know, despite himself, he does give a little smile. You know, I think I have an idea. It's a shot in the dark, but there is one. I I can think of one person that you might have a chance with.
Who?
Well, you know, the one lady who already knows who you are. I mean, she's cute, so why not try with Olivia?
Olivia, but she was scared of me.
Well, in that sort of situation, I'm sure there's a little bit of an erect. I'm sure she's got her rationality back online. It might be worth a shot.
If if you think so.
Besides, I have wanted to talk with her again, just because she seems like a cool gal.
I have to, actually.
Again, if you don't want to do this, I won't force you on anything, but
It's fine.
so yeah. So let's
Oh, look.
does a fish bite, by the way?
I was just about to say, oh, look, your line got a bite. Fancy that.
Wow. I'm gonna. Is this a strength check? A handle animal?
I've never thought of handle animal as as related to fishing, but it makes sense to go for it.
I don't want to because my strength is better.
Use your strength.
I'll allow you to make a dex check.
Okay, that's also pretty good. That's even better.
Even better.
Wow.
No, that's it. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right. 24. That's definitely enough. You got a nice big one.
Would you look at that?
Fine timing.
Thank you.
We can cook this and eat this as we get back. Maybe we can. Oh, who is joining? I gotta look.
I understand.
So the question then is, are you going to head to House Spa right away? Or are you going to head in the morning? Or when do you plan on doing so?
Probably tonight.
In case anyone's wondering, I joined in just to listen.
Woohoo!
Alright.
I might spend a teleport to get there. Maybe a little faster after we're done eating.
Well, you don't know the sigil for House Spa.
Yes, but he still has a
Well,
helmet.
teleport into town.
Oh, right, yes. Well, you are technically in town. You're just in the uppermost northwest extreme next to the...
Basically, so we can walk less and get there a little faster.
Fair enough. But you do wish to go...
The sun is setting, after all.
Well, the sun is set. It's just night. Like, the twilight has just finished. But, so you're going there tonight, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
Right.
Actually, maybe we should wait until the morning.
No, whatever you want to do, just let me know.
Oh, wait until morning.
Okay.
So, back to Vesper's house, I presume? Or I suppose you could spend the night at in Corwin's carriage.
Oh, that's true too.
In where?
Corwin's carriage?
The carriage.
Oh. It could be novel. Just actually, probably should I not let Vesper worry?
Okay.
So so where are you sleeping?
I'll choose Vesper.
Okie dokie.
I think for similar reasons, I'll choose the carriage.
All right.
Shouldn't let Snowflake and Washington worry.
Well, they
They
were.
would say me in like 2 days.
It's true. Granted, it's probably not completely out of the norm considering your recent lifestyle, but they are nevertheless happy to see that you've come back and that you appear to be alive and well. And Dandy, when you get back, it appears you spend the night alone. Vespa doesn't come back that night, which, to be fair, isn't unheard of. Sometimes he has business in the city that makes him stay for the night.
And there's a lot of business going on right now.
So much business.
With handling like the rescue of 20 different people.
Ice sprites aren't people.
I was just about to say, they count as peoples?
Yeah,
I mean,
count as people.
Technically, they built the City of Rain, but that's beside the point.
Slavery is bad. You should feel bad.
But I heard she's cool.
Yeah. No, I'm not a slave. She's cool.
Right. That's the line. So yeah, the morning rolls around. Just for kicks and giggles, give me Constitution saves, both of you.
Oh, save or die.
Well, this is a is your sleep schedule back to normal
Jeez,
check.
no. No, it's not.
No, Corvine's she spends a restless night probably thinking about what Dandy has proposed. I mean, you're a character, you can think about whatever you darn well please, but Dandy has no problem going to sleep and waking up bright early in the morning.
What are Corvine saves?
+3 by the looks of it. Corvine's Constitution save appears to be +3.
No. It's +5.
Oh, okay then.
Well, like, what are her good saves?
What are her good saves? None of them. Constitution's her highest one.
Note to self.
The other one is like strength.
No. Strength is 2.
Remember, she's a dex-based fighter.
Oh yeah, but I thought she
But
was.
then, fighters don't get proficiency in Dex.
Yeah. Do they get intelligence, wisdom, or?
No, they get
charisma?
con and strength.
Oh, shouldn't it be 3? Oh, she has a minus.
Yes, just a minus strength.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's strange.
I know, it's weird. I have to keep reminding myself that Corvine is not strong, even though she's a fighter. But this is not 4th edition. That forces all fighters to be... No, that's not true. 4th edition did allow for dex fighters. Anyways.
Usually they were just a lot more feat intensive, which was a problem.
Yeah. I mean,
But now they don't need any feats.
4th edition handed out feats like candy. Well, handed out everything like candy, but that's beside the point.
Anyway, yeah.
Yes, Dandy, you
Let's
arise bright early, not worried at all about your sleep schedule. Unbeknownst to you, Corvine is sound asleep by the time you are awake.
Yeah.
Okay. I will probably wait around at a spot.
You gonna go back to the fishing spot?
No, I said we're going to house phone, right?
Yeah, she's
oh,
probably
sorry.
not sleeping at the fishing spot.
Sorry, I misheard you. When you said I'm going to hang out at House Spa, I thought you said I'm going to go hang out at
you were
our spot.
fishing spot.
Okay.
The fishing spot.
Well,
Spot.
Corvine, you finally wake up probably sometime in the middle of the afternoon. You were finally able to crash probably around just before the sun started to rise.
Okay.
And once you awake, where do you go? And what do you do?
I probably say goodbye to Washington and stuff and then head to
As always, he asks you where you actually, as you head out, he's like, hey, boss, Corvine, so, I haven't seen a lot of you since you've shown up here. Do you want me to, just find a spot and just stay there until you're ready to leave the city?
It's fine. Whichever you think is best.
Well, alright, I'll be at the front of the city, where all the travelers set up camp. If you need me, that's where I'll be.
Okay.
He gives her a salute and trots off.
Okay. She's gonna head to I guess.
Alright. Well, Dandy, here comes Corvine. Probably looking rather sleepy. Around 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
I'm wondering if I have a spell for this. I don't have a spell for this.
Do you have music? I've
I
decided.
don't. I do have a lyre. I should have given her the Song of Rest. I just got that.
Oh no.
What am I doing? Oh, you don't look so good.
No, it's it's been a rough week.
Your hair. I mean, you still got the pretty face, so I'm pretty sure it'll work. But anyway, let's knock on the door.
Well,
Okay.
after a quick knock, the door opens, and surprise, surprise, you see Ontario's glaring eyes staring at you. Who is it? What do you want?
Oh, I just wanted to see Olivia. Not for any sort of business. I just wish to see her.
The door opens a crack. His eyes narrow hard. Are the thieves with you?
Oh, oh.
Don't call them thieves.
Well, what else am I supposed to call them?
Yeah, bad timing, buddy. Sorry. They're not with us.
Raises an eyebrow. Anyways, what do you want?
To see Olivia.
Yes.
He narrows his eyes very hard. Miss Winterblood and Dandy, right? That was your names?
Mm-hmm.
She nods.
I'll ask if she wants to see you. He slams the door hard. And for good measure, you hear a very heavy bolt shut in place. After about maybe 15-20 minutes, you hear the heavy bolt move and the door cracks open again. I don't understand it, but she will see you. But so help me. He kind of gives you the "I've got my eyes on you" kind of thing. You know, the whole like point his fingers at his eyes and at you, but he kind of does it with his hooves.
He gives a smile. A genuine smile.
He opens the door quickly.
Alright, those two.
Get in, hurry up.
He does. He obeys.
He slams the door shut, and you see a huge heavy bolt that wasn't there before lock into place.
Jeez. Security systems have gotten upgraded, huh?
That's what happens when there's a riot, I guess.
That's what happens when people break into your noble house and try and burn down your buildings.
But someone's tried to do that recently?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh. Who were they?
We don't know yet. We just know that apparently, for some reason, the populace is becoming more and more unhappy with having a sheep family as one of their reigning bodies.
I have bad feelings about this.
He gives her a curious glance but says nothing more. You were then led to the library. And I was going to clean up the library from the last time we were there. But,
Well, it was never cleaned.
no, it will, as you will see, it's still a bit messy.
Oh, no!
There's, there's still some shenanigans left over.
You never should have died.
Including a double helping of science down in the corner, apparently, that I didn't notice before. I was not aware that cyan nowhere into science. And yet here we are. I'll just zoom in really close, as close as I can. Oh yeah, that's some good science right there.
Maybe we should get rid of all these no's.
Alright, let's
Possibly Amber. We should just kill Amber right here.
Let's clear out some horse flies.
Stab. 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 Stab.
Miss Corvine, would you stop stabbing things?
Whoa! Oh no.
Vesper, what are you doing there? Wow!
You deleted Corvine.
Yes, I sure did. What's under this mess? I remember someone was under this mess.
It's Lily.
Oh,
and
wow.
Lucas.
Oh yeah, sure enough.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that.
Well,
Piggyback rides.
goodbye. Alright, I don't think there's any other...
Back to hell they go.
I guess I'll clean up the science in the corner. It's been immortalized in the stream. Is there any other shenanigans that I'm missing here? Alright, nothing that looks inherently visible, so... Yeah, there's a tiny strip on the side that hasn't been revealed. Whatever. Roll20 is finicky when it comes to revealing things on the edges. Alright. That's the wrong tab. Alright. Now I could use one of the sprites, but we've used this one for Olivia before, and I think it's cute enough, so we shall remain consistent. I'm not sure how I want to do this.
Start like here,
Oh, that's not gonna work. Okay.
you know?
Sure. Okay, that looks almost acceptable. That'll do, I guess. Alright. That said, go ahead and do this, and then we'll do this, and then we'll do... There we go, so you can see what's going on in the recording. So yeah, go ahead and, I guess, start outside the library doors, although I don't think it's really necessary. Actually, you know what? Just go ahead and start inside. And as you guys head in, Olivia turns to look at you guys, and immediately her first impression is to sort of hide. Like, almost, her immediate reflex is to hide behind the book that she's currently reading. But she sort of remembers herself and puts the book down. Hi. It's good to see you again. She clears her throat as she looks at Corvine nervously. Can I help you? You wanted something, right?
You're doing well, are you? I'm worried.
Well enough. Altair takes really good care of me. I still have nightmares sometimes. I still see your eyes in the darkness. Those horrible burning eyes.
I'm sorry.
Oh, but it's not your fault, Miss Winterblood. Please don't think it's your fault. I'm just I just, it's not every day one turns into a meat-eating monster. I'm sorry, I didn't mean any offense, but I mean, like, a horrible shadow beast that wants to devour everything. I'm sorry, I'm not coming off very clear, am I?
It's fine. It's not your fault.
I'm doing okay. I'm a little weak still, but I'm back to my books, which makes me happy. I like my books. I like them a lot. Is there something the two of you wanted?
What book are you reading?
As you get close, she sort of gets that like personal space. Kind of look on her. Like she's trying to stay composed. You know, she's a noble, and she's entertaining guests. But you know, she kind of like just a little bit. What? Oh, well, I was reading. I was reading an old journal from one of our forebears.
That's the one we had, right?
It could be.
Okay. Which one?
Well, I think it might have been the one you had, or it might have been a different one. I'm not entirely sure. And this one mentions a few of the founders of the city, and it's really interesting. I didn't know Rain used to be a series of tribes that came together. Did you know that?
Not until I read the book.
And I had no idea how old the families were. I mean, I knew that we'd been around a long time, but I certainly didn't know that the houses were there from the beginning. It's fascinating. I can't help but wonder how did Rain stay a city?
It is impressive.
And if I'm not mistaken, I've been told it's the biggest city. Well, I've been told it's the biggest and most beautiful city in all Foenum. I don't know if it's true, but that's what I've been told.
It is quite wondrous, but does that book mention the deer?
Which one?
The one who owned the spa, supposedly, before he got banished?
Oh, Miss Winterblood, I found something that might be of interest to you. She glances back into the depths of the library with a contemplative look on her face. Where was it? Give me just a second.
She's still weak, she says.
Here? She appears to have a surprising amount of vitality when it comes to searching for books.
He does say that. No, he says
Oh.
that. In character. Okay.
No, not here. Not here.
Just tell me if you need any help.
No, it wasn't here. Was it over here? No, it was. Was it over here? Here we are. I think I found it. Whoa. Roll 20 lagging.
Oh,
Roll 20 lagging for anybody else?
well, not overly.
Well, okay, to be fair, what I'm seeing on the DM screen and on the player screen might be very different. There we go. She turns and seems rather surprised to see you there. She's like, oh.
You said that you were still a little weak. I was worried.
What? Well, sometimes I feel fine. Anyways, she takes a step forward, apparently consumed with the excitement that one gets when sharing knowledge with another. Anyways, it says here, I found some mention of that deer, and it sounded a lot like what you are, Miss Winterblood. It's
She nods.
She opens it, and it's an old tome. Yes, tome.
Tome. It's an old tomb.
It's an old
You
tomb.
can see all the skeletons.
Two giant epitaphs that are sealed together, and just peels it open, and now, giant tome, and it's written in what was probably at the time well-educated writing, but it's kind of like reading really old English, like borderline foreign language English.
Mhm.
She
It's
flips.
like the English that spells J's as I's.
She flips through it, and you see several illustrations here and there. This was a book written by one of our ancestors a long time ago. We don't really consider it a credible source of information. A lot of what's been detailed in here has since been proven false or debunked, and much that was fanciful has been dismissed in here. But here we are. She flips it open to a page and holds it up, and there you see a picture, a rough sketch of a Perryton. Antlers, horns, or antlers.
Antlers and horns.
Antlers and horns. No, antlers.
And then bat wings and
Antlers,
a
wings,
double tail.
talons, and even the mouth is open a little bit, showing fangs. I always thought this was just some sort of superstitious that had been made, you know, some sort of. You hear about all these crazy tales about things in disguise, you know, something that hides amongst its prey to catch them unawares or something like that. So I never thought the idea of a predator that disguises itself as a reindeer was real. But according to this, she looks down and looks very, very hard at it. It's a little hard to read the text, but it says here the Parathon doth with thine shadow abscondeth and sorry. It says the Perryton steals your shadow and in the night strikes and eats your flesh. This foul beast disguises itself as a reindeer to hide amongst them and to strike when least expected.
She nods. So, they're known.
Well, as I said, this book has been in our library for a long time, and I've read it a couple of times, especially when I was young, you see. It's long since been considered, well, fake. We've long since assumed that everything in here is wrong, since most of it is.
Well, I can tell you the shadow part is not fake.
She thinks for several moments. Miss Winterblood, she gets rather bashful. Can I see your wings?
You want to see them?
She nods.
You're not afraid?
I don't know.
She moves one of the edges of her cloak open and pulls the wing out to hold in front of her.
Her eyes grow huge and she takes several steps back. And it appears she's trying her best to not be afraid. In fact, we'll go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw for her.
Oh no.
Well, there you have it. Okay. And as she does so, her courage finally breaks and she drops the book and lets out a scream and runs to the back of the library,
Oh, hello.
encountering a wild dandy.
She quickly puts her wing back in her cloak. I'm
And it
sorry.
probably doesn't help that when she did so, she habitually screamed for Ontario. So, perhaps to no surprise, the moment she bumps into Dandy, you hear the door fly open. And in very, very short order... Oh, that's not one. I need to see the DM side. There we go. I don't know, I don't want bulldozers. There we go. That's what I want. Ontario comes charging around. It's pretty much with murder in his eyes. What's going on? Lady Olivia, where are you?
I don't even understand that.
It was fairly incomprehensible. Essentially, he said, "What's going on, Lady Olivia? Where are you?"
Portline's kind of shaking.
As he charges past you and towards Olivia. Dandy.
Yeah.
Olivia comes running up to you and more or less kind of bumps it and more or less, nearly rams into you. What do you do as a reaction to this moment?
It all sort of happens too fast for him to just do anything other than just like stare.
Fair enough.
He's looking like, it does look like he does have that expression where everything is like, everything's gone wrong, everything's gone wrong.
and in a moment later, suddenly there's a very angry Ontario standing there.
Now he's like, oh no, oh no, oh no.
As Olivia looks back at him and he basically kind of like grabs her and yanks her to him and kind of like that, don't you dare touch kind of thing, like stares angrily at Dandy and looks back at Corvine.
Back up a bit.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
You just had a bit of a...
It's okay, Ontario. I just got a little scared. What did they do to you, mistress? I'm fine. I just had a fright, that's all. Flashbacks, you see. From my nightmares last night. That's all. Nothing more. I assure you, I'm quite okay. We'll say that will be her bonus. Okay then. He pauses for a minute and looks down at her. Then looks up at Candy, back at Corvine. Fine. He lets her go. But I'm not leaving the library. I'll be at the entrance.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh, no. I don't want to resize him. I want to move him. Come on, roll 20. There we go. Okay. He gets up in Corvine's face and snorts rather defiantly. You get the feeling if he had some fingers, there might be an obscene gesture involved.
Double it, dude.
Corvine barely even notices.
As he... Come on, roll 20, please. Whatever. And he'll just zip to the entrance. Okay. I mean, the recording can't see it, but he's totally chilling, like, right in front of the door.
Yeah, I see him.
Now, since we're here, let's go ahead and... Ooh, Angry Bull. Okay, back to the action. She is breathing heavily with her eyes bulging out. I'm sorry, I just... She lowers her voice. I'll be honest, that wasn't a complete lie. She signals for Corvine to come over.
Corvine walks over with their head down.
I'm sorry, Miss Winterblood. I'm very sorry. It's just between what happened last time we met and okay. Could you show me your wings again?
She backs up slightly. I don't.
Please.
I don't want to.
Please. I won't scream this time.
Dandy gives an encouraging look.
Okay. She walks forward
I'm prepared this time.
and she does the same motion she did last time, though she's doing it a little shakily.
She, her eyes grow wide and her breath becomes heavy and labored as she begins trembling, but she stares at it, fixated. You have a second one, right?
What did she say?
You have a second one, right?
She does the same motion mirrored on the other side, and now has both her wings
And,
jutting out from under her cloak.
and fangs? You have fangs?
She holds her mouth open.
It's, nearly too much as she, for just a moment, almost looks like she's about to faint, but she sort of recovers herself. She takes a very ginger step forward. May I touch them?
I'd rather you not touch my fangs, but the rest, yes.
She reaches forward and very gently touches your wings. She sort of recoils when she first does, and then sort of slowly touches and rubs your wing a little bit. I didn't know you had an itch right there. It feels kind of nice. And she pulls her hoof back and looks between the two and looks at you with wide-eyed wonder. Not yet, you peanut gallery! I never thought I would meet something like you. I mean, someone like you. I'm sorry. Is it true that you eat meat? Oh, before you should be... Miss Winterblood, perhaps I should inform you that, we do keep sheepdogs here in the complex. So, the concept of eating meat is not entirely foreign to us, just not for an ungulate. But do you eat meat, Miss Winterblood?
Again, she nods slowly.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you say that.
Okay.
I thought you just paused and hesitated to give an answer.
We'll say that's what happened the first time.
She pales a little bit and can't help herself but takes, sort of a half step back. No, I'm fine.
I would never know that I would never eat an ungulate.
I never thought I would encounter something. I never thought I'd live the day to see a predator. Did you escape from the hold?
She shakes her head.
But how then?
I don't know.
She gets the thoughtful look on her face. Were you cursed?
Maybe? I'm not sure.
Have you always been like this?
Yes.
Does your father know? Does your family know?
My father does.
Maybe I should ask him more questions.
Maybe I should. He's never given me a straight answer in the past, though.
Well, if you see him, tell him I would like to speak with him. Tell him that the House Ba would like to speak with him, and send him to the library, and I'll have Ontario question him. I'm not. She looks down. I'm not really good with most Ongulits. I'm not really good with talking to other nobility.
She walks forward and holds it out. It's fine. I like that.
Well, thank you. You're surprisingly kind. I would never have thought a predator to be kind in any way.
To be honest, I wouldn't either.
Unless, of course, you're attempting to beguile me and eat me when no one's looking, but...
What'd you say?
Unless you're trying to beguile me and eat me when no one is looking, but...
No.
No,
That's hard.
Miss Winterblood, I know you haven't done that. I know because we've been watching you and your friends closely. Granted, we didn't know. Well, I didn't know the truth. But at least I know that you're honest. So that's good. But why did you come today? I assume it wasn't
Sorry, you cut out again.
But why did you come today? I imagine it wasn't to study and learn about predators.
She kind of blushes. Dandy, can you help?
She turns around and looks at Dandy.
Oh man, this is kind of odd.
Okay, that's good enough, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I had this idea of like finding a date. It's weird finding a date for her, you know, as a friend and all. And well, you're the first one I thought about. I mean, just testing the waters, really.
A date? What do you mean date?
Well, you know, a date.
She blushes furiously and deeply and looks back at Corvine. And then she kind of looks down. Oh, you mean that kind of? She sort of scratches her head a bit.
It's okay. Calm down.
Well, she looks up at Corvine. I'm sorry, Miss Winterblood, but I'm into rams.
Yeah.
I thought
He
so.
would snap his fingers, but he doesn't have fingers.
It's fine.
But being a noble isn't. Don't you have to hide that sort of thing?
I
She nods.
mean,
That must be awfully hard.
I'm used to hiding things.
I suppose that would be true. Well, I'm sorry, Miss Winterblood, that you came here to express your affections to me, and I'm very honored. Thank you. It means a lot to me. But I am willing to be your friend.
That's good. I like you.
She
It's
sort
an
of
honor to be your friend.
blushes a bit when you say that, and she kind of looks a little to the side. Yes, but if you want a place to spend some time, the library is always open to you. The family kind of lets me run this place as I want. They sort of let me handle the library as and the archives as I see fit.
She nods.
Turns and looks at Dandy. Thank you for thinking of me. I appreciate it.
this is fine.
Yes. Thank you.
She
Better,
nods.
having a friend, get a new friend. That's always a plus.
Both of you are great friends.
Yay.
Well, may I give you a hug, Miss Winterblood, as a friend?
She nods.
Hold on, there we go. She takes a step forward and gives you a little hug.
She hugs back with all four of her front limbs.
You do catch that he catches a quick glimpse, as if to see if she can spot your talons.
Oh,
Hold on.
That's-
Let me roll see if she sees them. No, okay. But she's pretty obvious about it. It's not like
Okay,
the intention of her hug, but it's kind of like, well, while I'm here, kind of thing.
that's fine.
Nice.
Oh, do you want to see them?
She becomes immensely embarrassed. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have. My apologies. I bump.
No,
Oh, sorry.
hold on. It's fine. She unbuttons her cloak.
Oh my! Look away, children. And she stares
Holds it
wide-eyed
to-
at those talons. So, how do you keep them from clicking when you walk on stone floors? I'm
to
sorry,
hide
I shouldn't be asking such questions. My apologies. In any case, I thank you for coming. If you'll excuse me, I need some time to just sort of process all of this. A lot has just happened.
I understand.
If you wish to come back, feel free. Just a little bit later, maybe tomorrow or something.
It's been pretty embarrassing, actually, but hopefully that'll clear up.
I am thankful, Miss Winterblood, that you came by. She turns and looks at Dandy with almost an OU kind of look. Although she's a bit too timid to really actually pull that off.
Yeah.
And thank you. I can't say I've heard too many commoners meddling in the love affairs of nobles, but I'm sort of flattered. Just don't tell anyone.
Not a word.
Well, if you excuse me, I need some time to think. She gestures politely towards the exit.
She puts her cloak back on and starts walking out.
This is a really long library.
It is a really long library. There are a lot of books.
Maybe I should bring Vesper here sometime.
Vesper might have been here once or twice. As you get
Well, he's in the voice chat now, so.
as you get to the entrance, Ontario looks at you very, very angrily. Although he seems very excited that you seem to be heading towards the exit. And as you head out, Dandy.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't tell you this, but come here.
Both of us?
Oh, he's talking to
Sure.
Dandy.
What'd you say?
Dandy, I probably shouldn't tell you this, but come here. He looks at Miss Winterblood and leans in close.
I can't hear you. I
He
cannot understand you.
he casts a side glance at Corvine and then leans in close to whisper to Dandy. Look, I don't know what's going on, but in the past day or so, there's been a lot of reports of sheep being attacked. Not just our complex. Be careful.
I cannot understand you.
Really?
Okay, he said that sheep are getting attacked.
Yes.
Not just in Ba, but also everywhere in the city.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of reports of sheep being attacked. So be careful out there. That's interesting. I wonder
Keep
why.
that in mind. Yeah,
I think it has something to do with your voice for
That's
the character.
possible.
it's just because you're staticky on my end. I whisper back. I'll be fine, sweetheart.
The look of anger on his face pretty much makes him wish he hadn't told you that. And he just sort of get out.
Corvine does giggle a bit. Yes, we'll leave.
Thank you.
And he slams the library doors extraordinarily hard behind you. And then there's a brief pause as it opens again. He walks out looking even more angry than before. I have to escort you to the gates. I forgot.
Very well.
And he escorts you to the gates, slams the gates, and you hear the heavy bolt fall into place. And
Corvine's gonna knock.
there's a brief pause, and I think I mentioned there's a slot in the door
Yes,
for eyes.
there's a slot.
Okay,
That's
it
why.
opens up again. He looks like, what?
I should probably be the first to tell you that. I have permission to get to the library whenever I please now.
Oh, we'll see about that. He slams the eye thing shut. Several minutes pass.
Jeez.
The eye thing opens up again. I mean, I'm not saying his eyes are burning portals into the hold, but they're burning portals into the hold. Fine. And then he slams it. And you think you might hear some splintering of wood. He slams it so hard.
So, where to next?
Well, I don't know. I didn't have any other plans for today.
Oh, okay.
I hope things turned out. Well, I mean, to be honest, they turned out better than I expected.
Yeah, I suppose she could have just set a trap to kill me or something. I don't know.
I was thinking she was gonna have a heart attack.
That would have been just awful.
Yeah. I'm glad it didn't happen.
So, Catdish, do you want to call it session there, or is there something else you'd like to accomplish while we're here?
There is one thing. I've heard someone's been talking crap about me.
So, what do you do about that?
Excuse me, Corvine. I think I'm gonna go back to Snowdon to see an old friend.
Do you want me there with you, or?
If you want.
I suppose I'll come.
Alright, off to Snowdon then?
Hmm.
Alright, off to Snowdon. As you approach the gates... Well, I do have a map for this. I guess I might as well. Which one was it? I think it was this one? Yes, this is the right map. Oh. There's so
Gates.
many...
I suppose teleporting in would be in poor form.
Teleporting directly into the house, yes, but teleporting outside would probably not be too terribly impolite.
Yeah. I'll instead use the archaic fast travel.
Okay then. Oh, what the heck? We'll just go ahead and go to the...
Bandits everywhere. Two of us have to find them.
All these dirty, all these maps that have memes on them.
Washington, what are you doing?
well, you see, boss, the funny thing about this... Bye! That. Oh no, there's still more.
Sae, stop following us. Do you have something better to do with your time?
Actually, move down a couple of squares, would ya? Because as you approach the gates, Corbin, could you move down a couple of squares?
Could I move down a couple squares? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, there we go. Now my help is accurate.
There we go. Thank you. Because as you approach, you actually see Dag coming out of the gates and rather hurriedly rushing out. Huh? What? Dandy!
One shot, you say? One shot, you say?
What? Huh? What?
No, can't move.
Come on. Come on. You know it takes 2 shots to bring me down.
Whoever told you I said one shot? Come on, they're lying. I mean, it's true, but...
It's nice to see you.
It is, but I'd love to stay in chat, but, I gotta get going. Apparently apparently someone's basement is flooding and I gotta go help out.
Oh.
I don't mean to be rude, but, duty calls.
Ah, okay. I won't hold you then.
Alright, well, if you need me, I'll be at the Gray Skies. See ya! With that, he runs off.
The Gray Skies, what they're big evil.
Well, guess he was busy. Oh well. Maybe I'll check and see if Vesper's home again.
All
If
right.
not, I can just work on some raiding stuff. Maybe a little bit of magic.
All right, fair enough. Then I guess you
And at that,
you head back on home.
yeah.
Okay. You arrive home to an empty house,
Well,
and
okay,
they were
before that happens,
yes.
Dandy, I've been thinking.
Yeah?
I need to get back to my home for now.
Oh, I see.
Is that okay?
Oh yeah. Yeah. You do whatever you need to do.
She nods, and then they split ways.
All right.
Yeah.
As indicated, when you head back home, you arrive back home to an empty house, and there we'll call session.